So one of the things that stands out to me about Mike's career path is the breadth and depth of his experience. In the legal profession, you name it, he's done it. He's gone from public sector to private sector, criminal cases to civil cases. He's been a prosecutor and on the defense, and certainly he's been not only on the bench, but in front of it. Mike is simply tackling some of the toughest issues of our day, and his influence has been noted by the New York Times, Washington Post, and Rolling Stone.
So I met Mike when he was a floor prosecutor with the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office. At that time, I was doing a bit of criminal defense work. And I always thought that Mike carried himself correctly as an assistant county prosecutor. I mean, he knew he had a job to do and he was representing his client. He's always seeking the truth. And he's told me in the past that a trial and litigation is about a search for the truth. And I think he carried that particular attitude with him throughout his entire career.
One word for Justice Donnelly would certainly be tenacious. He is a stalwart for fairness and transparency in our justice system. As an Ignatius man, he exemplifies that man for others. He is not afraid to speak his mind. He is not afraid to be out front in taking on the causes of those who are less fortunate and don't have a voice, and he brings that to everything he does as a justice.
I would describe Justice Donnelly, if I was limited to one word, it would be fair, because he seeks fairness. You know, he was a prosecuting attorney, an assistant prosecutor before he was a judge. And the job of a prosecutor is to seek justice and seek fairness, and not to rack up convictions or win at all costs. And he's brought that same reverence for the system to the Supreme Court.
Mike is passionate about and very committed to making sure that our judicial system is fair and equitable for all. And that's why Mike's worked so tirelessly on things like criminal justice reform, plea bargain reform, wrongful convictions, the death penalty. And all that, I think, speaks to the purpose-driven servant leader that Mike has become in the mold of a Saint Ignatius man for others.
One of the things that Mike, is a proponent of, and I was very passionate about, was in the area of bail, that there should be a dialogue with the defendant, circumstances of the defendant known, input from the victim, etc. This is all procedures and fairness that Mike Donnelly has advocated. That's not a popular view. And Mike has been steadfast in the face of pushback and opposition.
As many people who know Mike Donnelly know, he plays rock guitar, plays in his band, and we both have a love for music and love playing our respective instruments. He playing the guitar and I play the piano. But believe me when I tell you, I am thrilled that we both have day jobs, just let me say.
I think Mike decided to follow in his father's footsteps and become a lawyer and then eventually a judge once he realized that record companies don't give out deals to guitarists who play the same cover version of Sweet Jane over and over and over again. So he really needed to find a different path.
This award is given to someone who has demonstrated excellence in the legal field, promotion of ethical and fairness in their practice of law, and exemplary service to Saint Ignatius High School. Mike Donnelly checks all three boxes, and he checks them all very well. And he has really given time and effort to Saint Ignatius High School. He spends a lot of time down here. He has sat on many committees here, and he checks all three boxes, and he really deserves this award.
I swore Mike in when he was first elected, after he was elected in November. I did that with his family, his mom and dad. To see Mike being sworn in to the Supreme Court in the presence of his father, who was also a public servant, longtime probate judge in Cuyahoga County. I was thinking, and the beat goes on. It was a beautiful thing.
I'd just like to thank Father Guillaume for that memory of leaving that message telling me I had won the award. I don't think I'll be erasing that. And I want to thank the committee for their thoughtfulness, and every person who has won this award in the past. I'm truly humbled to stand alongside them because I stand in awe of what they've accomplished. I would say the two major influences in my life that form the basis of what my philosophy on justice and truth come from both my parents, John Donnelly and Ellen Donnelly, and the values they bestowed upon me, and directly from Saint Ignatius High School. The Jesuit philosophy that you need to go out into the world and practice what you preach by making things better for the next generation. That's our purpose. And that's why I'm so grateful that my parents sacrificed to send me to this great institution.